Hello, everyone! La la la! And welcome to another Starcraft 2 beta replay. This is not the beta, this is the retail version. I don't know why I said beta. Kind of forced a habit, I guess. And I'm spawning the 12 o'clock position. We got Blue Vulcan saying, sup? And he's in the 8:30 position. Does anyone actually say "what's up" anymore? You know, just all the like the apostrophe between the what and the s. It's actually my birthday today, and I actually got a Facebook wall that said HBD. Apparently, you can do acronyms for everything now. My brother's an English teacher. Maybe actually gets text speak in his essays, but. Yeah, okay, if you can't tell yet, I am completely hammered. It is 2:30 a.m., so I guess officially it's not my birthday anymore. But don't worry, it won't hamper this replay because I'm also high, and I think that will balance it out some. That's my theory anyways, in this state of mind. And I hope everyone caught that reference at the beginning, because if you have not watched every Seinfeld episode at least 5 times each, you are really missing out on life. Good show. Find lots of new things to laugh about every time you see it. So I said I'd answer questions, and I see no better time than when I'm inebriated to start answering them. So I got some up here. We got TvZ2, who left on my channel a question saying, when with your fast expand build is the right time to build a Ghost Academy? Well, if you're facing Zerg or Terran, I would say probably never, because I don't actually use Ghost versus those races. However, you can actually use it versus Zerg, especially if they counter your bio with like Ultralists and Infestors. So you can like EMP the Infestors, so they can't do the fungal growth. And then Snipe works pretty good on both of those units. You know, you just got unloaded shitload of snipes into an Ultralist. You do a good amount of damage. But I will answer that question in terms of Protoss, because I'm sure that's what he's referring to. That's when I use my EMPs anyways, or that's when I use my Ghosts. And I would say as soon as possible. And now when I say as soon as possible, I don't mean build it right after your first barracks. But more in terms of resourcing as soon as possible. You know, you want to be pumping units for your barracks, but at the same time, when you can, you want to get your refineries down on all 4 of them, and you want to get them all saturated as soon as possible. Oh, beer burp. Whew, okay, got all that. If you hate white beer, try Blanche de Chamblay. It's actually not bad for a white beer. Okay. Yeah, so you want your... As soon as you get your refineries maxed out, then you could really get the production you need for your Ghosts. Because the problem is there's a lot going on around Ghost time that you need gas for. You really need to put down your factory, you need to get your upgrades, you need to get your starport, you need to get your medevacs, marauders. All these things are pretty gas intensive. So it really... To get early Ghosts, you really have to make an effort to get your refineries down and saturated. And at the same time, you don't want to get them down too quick, so you don't want to hamper your Marine and Marauder production. Yeah, and with that said, you know, just get your Mobius reactor and then pump out the Ghost from there. And if you look at my last replay, which is, you know, the my new Evolution Fast Expand build order, I think that's a pretty good example of me getting Ghosts at my, you know, ideal time. And let's see what else we got for questions here. We got Tima9131 says, hey bro, can you make some more Warcraft 3 videos? That would be great. Yeah, that would be great. And great question, thank you. Answer, no. I got like 250 subscribers, and I'm sure at least 249 of them are Starcraft 2 viewers, not Warcraft 3. And the other guy probably misclicked the subscribe button. But with that said, if you want to see some like funny Warcraft 3 videos, my partner and I actually we would build towers in our opponent's base 60 seconds into the game and follow it up with Militia Rush. And now you ask yourself, what kind of noob would that work on? Hey, we made the absolute top of the ladder in both Reign of Chaos and Frozen Throne doing this bullshit. We had to kind of cut out the militia because one of the patches in Frozen Throne, but funny videos. And, you know, I think I've done all I can do with those videos anyways. I can only show Tower Rush so many times, and let's face it, that game is dead. Starcraft 1 may have a bit of a lifespan, but yeah, Command and Conquer, Warcraft 3, all those things are going to die now with the creation of Starcraft 2. And one more question from Bomi to Bojob. God, I think I actually said that to a girl tonight and probably got slapped from it. Bomi to Blowjob. Okay, and yeah, he's having trouble with Void Rays. Yeah, so I've given a lot of Void Ray information, but it's all kind of broken up between all my videos, so I'll kind of go over all of it again now. Void Rays are not your problem. Your problem is charged up Void Rays, you know, at the level 3 charge. So first of all, if you're going to build AR turrets, don't build them in like in your mineral line if like versus Mutalisk. You want to build them in the outskirts of your base, like here, or like here, or here. Like areas where the Void Ray would come in. Because he's going to charge up one of your buildings, and then once he's charged, you're screwed. So if he's going to charge up, make sure there's an air turret in range. And then there's basically two ways to take them out. One is stimmed Marines. And not because of the damage output of stimmed Marines, but because of the movement speed. Once the Void Rays are like out in the open, you just stim the Marines, and then you run them in right underneath the Void Rays, and then boom, you got like an instantly dead Void Ray. The other way would be Vikings. It can be tough if you're doing this build order, but if you're doing like a 1-1-1 build order, it's very easy. And I did it in the previous video, I don't know which one, but basically you just want to kite with your Viking. You abuse the extra range you have, you know, take a shot, move back, take a shot, move back. And that way the Void Ray will never get in range, he'll never get his full charge going. And yeah, I mean, you don't want to just A-move with your Vikings into them, but if you kite, you can take out Void Rays like nothing else. And with that said, I suppose I should actually talk about this game, because I've been not really paying attention to it. Zerg took a hidden expansion down here. Maybe I'll just back up. Nah, screw that. And actually when he sent his lings into my planetary fortress, I sent a Marine down this direction just by fluke, and I almost got here before it was taken out. That would have been funny if I caught his hidden expo. So the income should be fairly close. I mean, it's obviously harder for him to saturate it because it's so far away. And harvest account's pretty even. Especially when you include the mules, it should be balanced out. So yeah, I have scouted his base, so I saw the Roach Warren and Bailing Nest. I'm pretty sure I got sight on all this stuff. Let's see. No, I have seen nothing at all. Okay, I'm playing blind. Oh, I think what's what happened. I sent a SCV into his base, and I saw they didn't have a Lariat, and I did see a Roach. So one thing you should think of when you see Roaches is Nidus Worm. Often they want to get a big tier 1 fleet, and Roaches are pretty good for that. So I did build these 2 supply depots. Probably a good idea to do this every match no matter what, just in case, because I did just lose to Nidus Worm the other day when I thought he was going Bailings. And now it looks like, yes, I have scouted the Bailings nest, and notice what I do here when I pull my force out to the front. Marines going in the back, Marauders going in the front. And then you want to like separate out the Marauders. You know, just kind of do this. This way the Marines will survive if the Bailings come in, and if the Bailings just come in on a move, they'll probably hit, like it's bad when they hit Marauders for them, because they don't do much damage to Marauders, and it's even worse if they're not doing good splash damage. So just keeping them separated out like this will help negate the splash damage. So what else is going on here? I do have my medevacs on the way out, and I'm doing a little patrol with the factory here. Sooner or later, it's actually going to spot this expansion, as you can see here. This last section here is just kind of a patrol back and forth between those 2 points, just to keep a look on both of these bases.